everyone. Good afternoon and happy Friday again. I'm Ginger Holton and I'm back with my Friday series about my most exciting thing in my whole life, the Anti-Inflammatory Diet Meal Prep that I wrote and is coming out officially on August 18th. But the really good news is that it came out on Kindle on Amazon this week on the 4th, and that means that reviews are open. So if you happen to have a Kindle version, make sure and stop by and do a review. And I feel like my heart is really full and warm right now because people are just leaving incredible reviews. And by incredible, I mean, a lot of positive ones, of course, but also just like really honest and really detailed and just talking exactly about why they like the book and how it's helped them. So that just means so much to me. And it's just, I wrote this book so it could help people, and that's happening. And I feel really great about it. So today I'm going to do a recipe from the book, and it's my chocolate chia seed pudding. And it's one of my most popular recipes. It's really fun for people alone, couples, kids, families. It really is a great way to get your kids in the kitchen. So I have it all here for you. I'm really excited to show you how this is done. All my recipes in the book are extremely easy. They're just like, put this, 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 and this, and then you're done. Stick it in the fridge. It's all meal prep. So, who wants to spend like 20 hours doing meal weekends? Like nobody has time for that, even if you have more free time than usual. So it's all meant to be quick and easy and so that you can multitask. But I also wanted to talk about my chocolate chia seed pudding recipe in the context of a question that's been the book, and that is, it has to do with weight management, weight gain, weight loss. So I just really wanted to dive into that and how that is in the context of this book. So let's maybe start there a little bit with some overview, and then we're going to do chia seed pudding, and then I'll talk a little bit more about what it looks like to either gain or lose weight. And if you're trying to lose weight, you're probably like, well, who would want to gain weight? And if you're trying to gain weight, you're probably like, well, who would want to lose weight? And the reason that I'm talking about both of these things and are so important and so relevant is, a lot of people come to me, they do want to lose weight for a variety of reasons. And I respect, everyone's desire to change their body how they want to, and I'm here to help, and also to talk about the pros and cons. So there are a lot of ways to lose weight in a healthy, balanced way with a meal plan like this. And the reason for that is because you cut out a lot of processed foods. There's so much excess like sugar and salt and fat that comes in processed foods when you eat out all the time, when you're not eating fresh food. So sometimes when you switch to a program like an anti-inflammatory diet, you might naturally lose weight. So this is not about caloric restriction. It's not about like counting or anything like that. The nutritionals are on every recipe if that's important to you for whatever reason. There's a lot of reasons that could be important, but I think that this kind of diet, it could help you lose weight depending on a lot of factors going on in your life. So it really is great. If you have specific questions about that, make sure and reach out to me, a registered dietitian, or a registered dietitian that can help you with that. And a lot of my clients actually want to gain weight. And so another thing that you can do with this type of diet, with this type of book, is you can look at ways to add more calories in. And, a lot of people really do want to gain weight. I'm a cancer care specialist. And so a lot of my clients have so many questions about how do I gain weight? How do I get more calories in? There's some evidence that some people that have autoimmune diseases really struggle with losing muscle mass and losing weight. So there's a lot of reasons that you might want to use an anti-inflammatory diet, either to lose weight or to gain weight. And so there's a lot of different ways that you can adjust the recipes yourself to do that. So a lot of people are asking me, like, can I use this book in these different ways? Absolutely, yes. One of the really cool things about the Anti-Inflammatory Diet Meal Prep book is that it was just made to be very versatile. So you can make it what you want it to be. I kept all the ingredients very, very short. Like the lists are short. And so if you want more spices or herbs or, any type of thing, if you want to add in meat, if you want to, take fish, there's fish in there, no meat. If you want to take the fish out, there's just so many options for you. So that being said, let's talk about my chia seed pudding. I already made it, and then I'm going to make it again for you. But I already made it because the secret with chia seed pudding is that it has to be in the refrigerator to set up. And so if you can see this, my friends, it's very thick, right? It's actually so thick that I might add a little bit more milk. See how thick that is? I might add a little bit more milk, and then we're actually going to be ready to go. So I'm cooking with non-dairy milk here. If you want to use dairy milk, you just go ahead and do that. So again, this is all about what's going to work best for you. I'm just going to stir it in, and then I'm actually going to portion my chocolate chia seed pudding out into these cute little single serving. Here we go. Single serving with a top little meal prep jars. These are absolutely incredible. You stack them in the fridge, you grab it and go. They're perfectly portioned all week long. So that's a really, really fun thing to do. And again, this is like you whip this up in 2 seconds and then you stick it in the fridge and that's your meal prep, right? Okay, I'm just gonna scoop this in. I'm gonna make this one full because it's so delicious. This is what it looks like. There you go. You stack them up. This is going to be like a breakfast, a snack, a dessert all week long. So that's super, super easy. But let me show you how to make this. I just showed you the end product and now I want to show you how to make it. So I decided to actually make it in this container because now that I'm going to have 2, because I'm making it for you, I'm going to have a ton. And so that means I'm actually going to have meal prep for next week. So you could do it in a regular bowl, or if you have a gigantic glass container that you use for meal prep, that'd be perfect too. It is extremely simple. So if you're like me, you've got baking powder, baking cocoa sitting around. It's not sweet, but it's extremely chocolatey. 2 tablespoons of this. This is extremely anti-inflammatory, extremely high in antioxidants. Cool the body down. So cocoa powder is your absolute friend. I put it in smoothies. I put it in cereals. I put it in all sorts of stuff throughout the week. So cocoa powder is just a staple. And then I actually use maple syrup for sweetener. There's other options. You could use agave syrup. You could use honey. There's lots of different options. I tried to make a lot of my recipes vegan. And so to me, maple syrup is a really good option. So, I put 2 teaspoons in here and I was really trying to figure out how to make things not too sweet, but oops, are we still connected? Whoop. Reconnecting, love that, right? I am talking about maple syrup. And so I'm going to do like 1 teaspoon, maybe 2, like it says 2 on my recipe, but I think I'm going to do like 1.5 because honestly, with all the chocolate and everything, that much. So there's that little maple syrup. So we're making this like delicious chocolatey mess. And what happens is in a lot of other recipes, they were just really complex. They're like, stir this and do that and get the cocoa and all this. And I was like, no, dump everything together, put it in the fridge, move on with your life, right? We don't have time for all this complexity. Okay, so we've got 2 tablespoons of baking cocoa, 2 teaspoons of syrup. I'm going to do a little bit of vanilla because it adds some nice level of complexity. So it says to do just 1 teaspoon. I'm just going to like dump a little bit in. Are you guys down with that? Just a little flavor. You can do a little bit more if you like the flavor. You can do a little bit less. You could also measure it out if you're unfamiliar with what a teaspoon actually looks like, which is completely fine because everyone's learning together. A 1/2 cup of chia seeds. Here you go. This is what it looks like. Chia seeds are rich in fiber and protein and healthy anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats. And so they're really filling and they're very, very, very anti-inflammatory. They're crunchy if you have them dry, but then when you put milk or water in them, then they get very gelatinous, kind of like a tapioca pudding, which is the consistency that you saw with the finished product. So these are going to go in here. Again, we're just going to dump everything in because I don't have time for all these little details, right? Because we're meal prepping, we're moving quickly, and we're just making our lives easier and happier. So the final thing, like I mentioned, is you do need some sort of liquid. So this is a non-dairy milk. My book says to use oat or soy. The reason for that is because they're thicker and they have a little bit more protein, especially the soy. Do you have to use that? Absolutely not. If you like dairy milk, that's great. Today I'm using almond because that's what I have, right? So again, very versatile. So I'm going to pour that in, and it's going to make this this product, but I'm going to tell you that it's going to expand because the seeds are going to start soaking it up. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to grab my mini whisk, which is literally one of my favorite cooking appliances of all time. The other one that I love are mini, what are these called? Spatulas. So anyway, I'm going to whisk a little bit and I'm going to be careful because the cocoa is going to kind of like kind of puff up and possibly spill. So I'm going to be doing that while I'm talking to you. So this is actually a lesson right here of how you can, in the moment, add or subtract calories, right? So almond milk is very, very low calorie. So if you are, again, trying to lose weight or trying to have a lower calorie intake for whatever reason, whatever's going on with you, you can use a lower calorie milk. And then the really fun thing about these, again, I'm going to move back to the finished product, is that you can add fun little garnishes. So right now it's a little bit plain looking, even though chocolate's like never boring. So on top of this, to make it fun, especially if you have kids or teens, you could put a variety of options. So on top, to add calories, you could so easily do chopped nuts, or you could do coconut. And then if you wanted to have a lighter calorie but still anti-inflammatory product, put some fresh berries, put some chopped fruit. So really you can go in either direction. If you want to add calories or add protein to this recipe, it's so easy. You could use coconut, like coconut cream, like the canned coconut product. That's going to boost the calories way up. You could put some smooth or crunchy peanut butter in there and weave it in. You could drizzle a little bit of MCT oil on top, and that is sometimes used for just trying to add calories for folks. It's very neutral in flavor, and you can't heat it, so a product like this would be perfect. Or you could also, what was my other idea? Oh, you could put protein powder in it. Like, this would be such a great way to add protein powder in if that is one of your goals. So anyways, I'm just mixing this up, right? And it's very, very liquidy. It's very chocolatey and it looks awesome. So I'm just gonna make sure that, I get some of the cocoa lumps out of it. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna stick it right in the fridge like you're already done. I mean, it's just completely simple. So I'm gonna do this so it doesn't spill. And I will tell you one other important secret about this is it starts to kind of like get absorbed, not all the same. It's sort of spread out. So what I do is after about a half hour, I stir it with my whisk again, just to sort of get it incorporated. Then sometimes if I'm thinking of it, I'll stir it again once more, and then you're good to go. So this is awesome to do like when you make right after dinner or make around dinner time. Stick it in the fridge, stir it before bed, then by the morning it's fine. For this, I was going to do it last night, but then I got sidetracked. And so I actually just made it this morning and it's already completely firm and ready to go. So it actually firms up pretty quickly. I'd say within a matter of like 2 to 4 hours. And again, mine was a little bit thick, and so I kept adding a bit more milk. Just adjust things as you go. It really is flexible for you. So I hope that you get a chance to make this amazing cocoa chia seed pudding. You can add more calories if you want, or protein. You can add less calories if you want. It's all anti-inflammatory. It's all perfect for your meal prep. And I want to make sure that you guys, I'm seeing people leave messages. Can you mail me some? Yeah, I will stop at the post office later and I'll tell them to rush it because this goes bad after a couple, 5 or 6 days. That's a really fun thing about eating an anti-inflammatory diet, is that you got to move things through your refrigerator because they're not shelf stable, because they're so good for your body and they're so much based on natural products. So anyways, yeah, pick up my book if you need more recipes like this. And I also do a lot of these kind of recipes on the blog. So there's lots of options to get a hold of me, and I'm working on some really fun projects. So I just also wanted to throw it out there. If you guys aren't on my mailing list, make sure and stop by the blog and jump on my mailing list, because I am really appreciating the people on my mailing list and I feel a really close relationship with them. And so I like to send them out special deals, right? And discount codes and things like that. I also like to tell them about things first, and all of you here, all these friends, get to hear about things like a close second. So make sure you're on my mailing list. And of course, much love to all my social media folks. Thank you so much for joining today. I'll see you next Friday for more frequently asked questions and more chat about anti-inflammatory, all things anti-inflammatory. Have a wonderful weekend, and it was really great seeing you guys. I need to stop my live. about my most exciting thing in my whole life, the Anti-Inflammatory Diet Meal Prep that I wrote. Good afternoon and a happy Friday again. I'm Ginger Holton. Anyways, yeah. Have a wonderful weekend, and it was really great seeing you guys. And good afternoon and a happy Friday again. I'm Ginger Holton, and I'm back with my Friday series about my most exciting thing in my